After a wild Watkins Glen race last week, which saw a ton of chaos and a ton of championship implications, we head down to Virginia and Martinsville Speedway for the final short track race of season number 5. The points are incredibly tight, and all but one of the top 6 points still inside the top 10 here tonight. The final short track race is going to have some beating and banging, and at the end of 50 laps we will know the championship picture going into Atlanta Motor Speedway next week. It's the Ballpark Hot Dogs 200 at Martinsville Speedway. What's up everyone, it's the boy on this race 97, aka Nathan Stapleton, and welcome to Martinsville Speedway. And this is going to be a wild one. 50 laps on tap, 1 pit stop, and we are going to see some short track bang and bang, and it's going to be very interesting to see what we will see here tonight. Not only with the battle for the win, but also for the championship, because like I said, 5 out of the top 6 points start inside the top 10. I'm not alone for this one for, I believe, the 8th time this season for the Truck Series. I'm joined by Bonson Mick. Bonson, welcome back to the booth.
Yes, Nathan, thank you for having me once again up here in the booth. Hello everybody, welcome to Martinsville, Virginia, a track that is no stranger to bumping and banging close quarter racing, and I hope tonight will be none the difference. I hope we see just exactly that, bumping and banging, short track racing. It's always a classic.
It always is, and it's going to be interesting of how it's going to play out, especially with it being the second to last race of the season. With 5 out of the top 6 points starting into the top 10, how do you think that's going to play out here tonight at Martinsville regarding the point stand?
It's definitely going to be interesting to see how everybody goes about the early stages of the race, especially those behind Jordan Stout, who has a 15-point lead going into this race. They're all going to be chasing him, and knowing that they're going to be up front with the position of possibly getting in first before all the chaos begins, they're absolutely going to take it, whether that's aggression or taking it nice and easy before the pit stops. That's to be determined, but I definitely think that they're going to be going after P1 before Jordan Stout gets up there too quickly.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, it's going to be interesting to see. Jordan Stout won 2 races ago at Las Vegas in dominating fashion. He's going to get win number 2 here tonight. And here is how the points shake up. Jordan Stout has a 15-point lead over Felicity Mendoza in second. Third is William Ayers, minus 19. Fourth is Caleb Rhodes, minus 20. Fifth is Nick Lopez, minus 22. And then sixth is Eli Bright, who needs to go in here tonight if he wants any shot at the championship still. He starts sixth tonight and he's currently 16 points, minus 43. Juan Garcia, the season 1 champion, is in 7th, minus 51. Justin Lydell in 8th, minus 56. Burnett in 9th, minus 61. Fitzwater in 10th, minus 67. Watson in 11th, minus 71, and unfortunately, it was not a good Watkins Glen for the driver in Sean Martin, minus 96 after last week. And here's the top 10 starting positions. How about this? Kyler Sussrein, number 99. He's been by far the best dual sport driver of the season, and he gets his first pole of season number 5, and alongside him is William Ayers. One number 2 is Nick Lopez and Angel Gutierrez. One number 3 is Jordan Stout Appointed and Eli Bright. One number 4 is Roberto Crown Jr. and the 75 of Felicity Mendoza. And running out the top 10 is last week's winner at Watkins Glen, Chris Shilko and Anthony Hernandez in the number 45. Let's go ahead and get these truckers rolling off here at Martinsville Speedway. And Bronson, 50 laps on top, 1 pit stop, final short track of season 5. Who do you think will win here tonight?
I strongly believe that it is going to be that man starting on outside pole position, the number 2 of William Ayers. He came up just 1 spot short last week at Watkins Glen to the man who starts in row number 5, the 4 of Chris Jericho. So I strongly believe that William Ayers is going to have a strong truck. He's shown speed constantly on these short tracks, and I think tonight is going to be absolutely no different. Nathan, as always, it is a pleasure being up here in the booth for one final time in the season to decide it all. Who's going to have a prime chance at the championship going into Atlanta?
Not a bad pit with William Ayers. He won to kick at Minneapolis Race Report to kick off the chase. Here we go. Kyle Sussrein and William Ayers. And we have green flag racing for the Ballpark Hot Dogs 200, the second to last race of season number 5. Side by side entering turn number 3. And it looks like it'll be Sus driving that number 1 here tonight, and he will from the pole position in that Bella Ford. But look at Ayers trying to fight back strong on the outside lane, but unfortunately that's not going to look out for him any longer, as he's going to drop back to second. But he's going to get a gun front up top to keep that second spot. Nick Lopez in third, Jordan Stout up to the 4th position. But how about Clown Jr. started on the inside lane of 7th? He's trying to get to the inside of the point leader, but he's going to chop him off into turn 1.
Almost got into the 35's quarter panel there. Oh, he's almost going to get back him in again. But that was an amazing move by Ayers. He needed to do exactly just that. Crown to the inside of Stout. Stout's going to be up there on that top side. That is not where you want to be. Here comes Jericho there in the Ford, defending winner of last race at Watkins Glen. And everybody's going to go really wide. Kind of missed the corner. There's the 41 of Eli Bright, another chaser who needs a great run here. But to the inside is his rival there of Felicity Mendoza, who's been just so consistent throughout this season, especially in the chase, but she needs to have a great run if she wants to stay in prime contention to battle Jordan Stout all the way to Atlanta. But still, it's the 33 there to the inside of Jericho, who goes way wide, almost into the wall. They're all going to get it sorted back out there, but meanwhile, it is still the 99 of Kyler Sustry having an early lead here on lap number 6.
Sustry might have an early lead, but for how long it is, I mentioned that you won that ILP, and honestly, that track is a little bit bigger, but it's very similar to Martinsville. It's a flat, short track, and it's hard to pass at ILP, and it's also hard to pass to a certain extent here at Martinsville. And William Ayers, he's doing what he needs to do right now. He is 4 positions ahead, 4 positions ahead of Jordan Stout. And William Ayers came in here minus 19, so that would mean minus 15 for William Ayers as of now. And he wants this race lead. He wants a bonus point for leading your lap, and he wants to possibly get this race win here tonight. Single file throughout the majority of the field. Kilbles just got past Eli Bright for, I believe, the 10th position. And now here comes Aaron Abel to the inside of Bright. That 41 team needs a good one here tonight. Qualified up front, but starting to fall back a little bit. Minus 43. And it's not looking good for that number 41. But how about Kilbles? He started 15th here tonight, and he's all the way inside the top 10. And now made that inside the top 9 for that number 19.
Yeah, he is definitely on a charge here early. He's trying to make up as many positions as he can before the pit stop to the inside of Chris Jericho in the 4. He's going to almost certainly guarantee him to clear off of turn number 4, and he does just that. Aaron Abel to the inside, trying to take a look, but he's not there just yet. That's the 52 of Johnny Hernandez. His son Anthony is somewhere in this pack. Where, I don't know, but that's also another chaser. Benny Watson to the outside. He's trying to do everything he can to close up a pretty average season for Benny Watson standards, but meanwhile, it is still Kyler Sustry in the 99 being chased by the 2 of William Ayers. And I was just looking at the 99 stats so far, and he has 1 top 5 and 5 top 10 so far this season, sitting 18th in the point standings. So definitely a great run in the making here. If he can get another top 5 or top 10 before the season is over, that's still going to look like a win in the 99's book. But I guess with him being the best performing Thor Sport truck, I guess that goes to show where their performance is. But so far, Sustry has definitely proven that wrong, as he is leading still, coming to lap number 13 rather, being chased by the 2 of William Ayers.
Yeah, Sustry has definitely been the most consistent, along with Bradley, who's also done a good job this season, but slightly worse than Sustry. And Sustry has a big opportunity next year. He's was driving for Hendrick Motorsports this season. But next season, in 2025, he's going over to RFK Racing in the number 17. And that's a good car, because Logan Williams is currently driving that car and is still in the championship standings. So a massive opportunity for that number 99 driver. And could make a statement to improve on that and maybe win it here tonight at Martinsville. But look at that great 3 and 4 from William Ayers. He might have a shot here. Not quite to the inside, but Ayers really has a good truck, and he might have a good long run truck here at Martinsville.
Yeah, it's looking really strong. Been really good off the bat since lap number 1. Still chasing him. Sustry's going to go just a little bit higher. Going to leave the door open to Ayers. He's going to try and go for the dive bomb into turn 1. Is he going to be there? Getting to the back bumper. Not there just yet. But Stushai still goes a little wider. That's still going to give the window open to Ayers if he wants to make something happen in turn 3. He's going to think better of that, stay behind another lap. 99 still up another groove, but here comes Ayers to the quarter panel for a brief second. But that means that Sushai is starting to give up that lead. And as we were saying that, here comes the 32 of Nick Lopez as well as the 5 of Roberto Crown Jr. They're all coming here to battle for that P2 and P1 position, but still Sushai kind of missing the corner and giving the edge off to Willie Mayers.
And this might be the one that is going to need, and there he goes to the inside, and he's going to make that pass look easy. New race leader probably is Willie Mayers, but Sushai trying to fight back up top, and now there we go. Willie Mayers to the point here, Sushai in second, Lopez in third. How about Crown Jr. inside the top 5 and enjoying Stout? The point lead is still leading. And I don't know, maybe Sushai is just trying to save his stuff because he might be able to make a challenge back on the number 2 machine. As Ayers go way wide and needs to do outside roll off to number 4.
Oh, that was shocking. We did not see that coming from Willie Mayers. He was a lot better of a driver than that. Just overdrove, maybe even got in the gas just a little bit too early, but smacked the wall, popped off of it. And now that's going to give the lead back to Kyle Sushai. And now Ayers is to the outside of Nick Lopez, another chase contender, another chase rival. And if Ayers doesn't get his stuff together, then he's going to get passed by the 5 of Roberto Crown Jr. Oh, and Ayers is going to miss the corner again, go really wide. And that's most certainly going to give the position off to the 5. And then look behind this battle. That's the point leader, Jordan Stout, in the 35.
This is not what William Ayers wanted to see. At one lap he was in the race lead, and now he's back to 4th position, and right behind him is the point leader. And honestly, I think what might have happened is he got into outside wall a little bit, and his 12 might be really tight on him, and unfortunately that's costing him so many points and so much ground on the number 35 as he's right there. But I will say, Nick Lopez came in here tonight minus 22. He is a couple of positions ahead of the 35. William is 1 position ahead of the 35, and he was minus 19. Mendoza is only a couple of spots beyond the 75, and then Caleb Rose, who was 20 points behind, is only a couple of positions beyond the 35. So really, all these championship contenders are all on top of each other, and it's going to be really tight leaving Martinsville the way that things stand. Almost halfway through, should see pit stops maybe in 5 to 7 laps time, and hopefully we can get a clean cycle in. But Sushai is the dominant truck of the night, but look at Nick Lopez trying to close in on that number 99.
Lopez did just that last lap. He closed it by about a 10th, so he is clawing his way back to P1, trying to make a charge on Sushai. He's going to go a little wider as he has done this race, but I know as soon as those two get side by side, then Roberto Crown Jr. here in the 5, he's going to make a mount to P1, try and make a challenge there. But also Ayers, he's starting to grow a gap between himself and the point leader, Jordan Stout, in 35. But I believe it is the top 7, maybe even more, that are single file-ish. Yeah, top 5. Geez, top 10?
I think everyone's single file. I think everyone is... Yeah, the entire field is single file. I think these guys know that, hey, pit stops happening in 5 to 7 laps, just settle in, get to pit road, and then race out for the end, and that's what they are doing. Ayers still dealing with a tight race truck after he smacked the wall a little bit. The 35 is going to go wide in 1 and 2, and we should see pit stops in about 5 laps, and it's going to be interesting on what these guys do, because Tyler's not that impressive here at Martinsville. They could maybe go a few only, or maybe they decide to take tires anyway, but we're going to have to watch out, especially on the pit exit of the cycle, because sometimes at Martinsville, the most spot is right at the same spot as these guys go down to pit road, so hopefully we get through pit stops nice and clean. How about Juan Garcia, 7 in points? Got a win at Phoenix all the way at the start of the season, and he's inside the top 10. But so far, so good here at Martinsville, and Sushai still leads with 20 laps to go at the line.
Yeah, he's had quite the race himself. He has only conceded the lead once, but came back at it and has never looked back. And Lopez still trying to have a charge, try to get back to P1, trying to, take that position back. But, Sustry just has a really strong truck, and even when Ayers took over the lead, Sustry came right back at him after Ayers smacked the wall. So maybe Sustry just actually has a really good long-run truck, which is going to prove to him to be very nice if this race does go all the way green, as now Sustry is going to dip to the pits. And now that's going to begin the pit cycle, unless he's going in a little too early.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to pit too early. He's trying something, and he's the only truck to pit on that number 32. That's going to give a bonus point to Nick Lopez, a crucial bonus point towards the championship. And looks like everyone else is going to stay out here and able to the inside of Chris Jericho for, looks like, the 9th position. And Watson is in, his teammate Steven Clone is in. And looks like a GMS strategy that lap. See here, Gina's going to pit. And here we go, Ayers, Stout, Gutierrez, Rose, several trucks are pitting on lap number 34.
Yeah, and some stayed out, including Eli Bright in the 41. That's crucial. He needs a lot of positions. He's going to try and jump this field. There goes Sustry, who came into the pits after the lead. But now it is all eyes on the 50, or the 35 rather. There's Benny Watson. He's going to try and get up to the outside lane in the pits, but I wonder what strategy they're going to take, whether it's just fuel only, and he's taking tires. He's taking right side tires, which is a very interesting call because, like we said, tires isn't really that big of an issue. So it seems like just 2 tire stop for Stout, 2 tire stop for Gutierrez. Looks like the same thing for William Ayers.
Oh,
no. He's taking 2?
Yeah, he took 2, and that was a little bit of a slower stop from William Ayers right there.
Huh. So an interesting strategy there for William Ayers, but it seemed like everybody's on the same consistent stop, but also, while these trucks are pitting out, pitting in, we also got to watch out for contact, which is a very real possibility here in Martinsville. Watch out there for Eli Bright, watch out there for Aaron Abel, but all these cars already pit, so we don't really have to worry about that. But I believe we'll see here in the next 3-ish laps, the field's starting to take shape into what will be the final stint run for the finish.
Yeah, I do believe it has fully cycled out, and luckily looks like we were able to do a green flag cycle, so good job everyone getting it in. That was the one concern I had going into this one, but Nick Lopez will be the race leader, Crown Junior in second. Unfortunately, a tough break for Justin Liddell. Oh no! A tough break for the 13! The tire thought just went down. If he stops on the racetrack, that might bring a caution. But he still won't. I think we are going to stay green.
That was a good call by him to keep going until the pits. He was right there, so he might as well had. But safety truck is going to stay off the racetrack. And the 13, I believe it was, of Mac Johnson, he is going to make his way to the pits. As now everybody's going to try and work their way around the lap traffic. That's the 98 holding up the race leader of Nick Lopez, who led after Sustry jumped into the pits, did the undercut, and it proved to put him about 2 positions off, back in 3rd place, right behind Crown Jr. So a lot of non-chasers up here, which is going to be good for them, but also, not good for Jordan Stout or whoever needs a good run,
Well, this is not good for basically everyone else inside the top 5 in points. Jordan Stout is running in the 4th position. It's good for Nick Lopez. He's going to gain a little bit, but it's not going to be good for everyone else. Juan Garcia is in 5th, Aaron Abel in 6th, Angel Gutierrez in 7th, Chris Jericho in 8th. How about Steven Clone in 9th, and Caleb Rose inside the top 10 and 10th. Mendoza is nowhere to be found, just outside the top 10 and I believe 14th. White is in 13th. Where did William Ayers fall to? He had a slow pit stop and he's falling back to 17th in that number 2 machine.
That was crucial. That was detrimental, some would say, but that is not what you want to see, especially late on here. But Sustry has gotten around Crown Jr., and now Stout's going to make his way around Crown Jr. up the inside. Mac Johnson's going to go into the wall just a little bit, and Sustry is going to pass his teammate there. It seems like Nick Lopez is coping really well with the lap traffic as he's getting around the 98 of Donnie Follington there, getting around the 30 of Justin Zaidel, a future Penske driver, in the number 2. Very excited for him next season in the Cup Series, but meanwhile, Sustrai, he has gotten himself clear of Mac Johnson, and he sets his sights on the lap traffic ahead as well as the lead of Nick Lopez.
Nick Lopez trying to get his first win on the season. I think he got close a couple of races throughout this year, but not gotten the win yet. He's the only driver inside the top 5 in points without a win. And if he gets this race win, then it will only be Eli Bright and Sean Munn will be the only 2 chase drivers without getting a win this season. We've had a ton of different race winners. We've only had 2 repeat winners of Aaron Abel and Avery Alpha so far. And looks like we might get another new one here tonight. 4 laps to go for Nick Lopez. Only a couple of spots ahead of Jordan Stout. But I think this 32 is going to get a bonus point for lead lap. And maybe it might be the 99 getting the bonus point for leading the most laps. It might be close. But still going to be a good one from Nick Lopez. And definitely going to have a shot. A little bit of a better shot going into Atlanta. But with Jordan Stout 1 and 3rd, trying to get his 10th top 5 and his 13th top 10. That 35 team is just very, very consistent. And in 2 laps time, he's going to get yet another top 5.
Yeah, that team owner driver combo have just figured out something, especially late here in the chase. They've done everything that they need to, and if they hang on to that P3 position, then they are definitely going to cruise to Atlanta with an amazing chance to win the championship. But into turn 3 for Nick Lopez, and it is all clear sailing for him. Going to clear Samet Osgood, coming with 1 lap to go here in Martinsville. Trying to take a peek to the inside of the lap truck, but nothing so far. Nick Lopez just needs to stay into his ground, not do anything outrageously aggressive. He's going to cruise to victory here at Martinsville.
A great job from this number 32 team. And local Dawn, Nick Lopez is going to win the Ballpark Hot Dogs 200 in a caution-free race. Confident, impressed that these guys are able to get through the pit stop cycle without any issues. But a job well done from all of these drivers. Saw some really good action here tonight. And Nick Lopez has had a really good season. Won at Darlington and Talladega in the JBL Cup Series. And now finally gets that first Powerade Truck Series race win here tonight. Gonna gain a few points on Jordan Stout, but it's not gonna be as much as he would have liked in that number 32. But still a great one for him, and a great one from that number 99 of Kyle Sustrai. Not quite got the race win, but still a great second. And Jordan Stout, you can't stop this guy. He was really consistent last year in Cup and Trucks without rains. And now this year with rains, he's been just like that with. He's just been as consistent with these reigns, and that is a great driver combo, a driver owner combo between Will Parrish and Jordan Stout, and he could go into Atlanta with a really good shot at getting his first championship on the channel. Crown Jr. with a great one in 4th, Marilyn Abel in 5th, Garcia in 6th, Gutierrez in 7th, Jericho, Cologne, and Rose rounds out the top 10. 25 Trucks finished on the lead lap, and Justin Zaidel finished 1 lap down. Something happened to Felicity Mendoza late, because she ended up going 1 lap down. Burnett, 20th, 1 lap down. Oskin, 1 lap down. Follington, 2 laps down. Logan Williams, 2 laps down. And then Matt Johnson obviously had a tire go down and finished 3 laps down here at Martinsville, I should say. But how about that? Yet another different winner here in the Powerade Truck Series. And we'll see what the points look like. But I say it's looking pretty good for Jordan Stout going into Atlanta next week.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Especially with the contenders like Mendoza and Ayers, especially having problems on pit road. That's exactly what he needed. And Stout should have absolutely no problem going into Atlanta. Just do his job. Nothing too flashy, nothing too crazy. Does what he need to. He goes into Atlanta and should have absolutely no problem winning the championship.
It's been a really consistent season for Jordan Stout. Looking forward to what he can do in 2311 racing that season in the Cup Series, because That could be a very good combo, especially if he does some of the stuff that he's doing here in the Truck Series, and especially with how 2311 Racing has been doing the chase, been one of the best teams in the Cup Series. But a great win from that number 32 of local to 1A and Nick Lopez getting the win. That's Nick Lopez's third win overall between Cup and Trucks this year. And the points, they say, mostly the same, but it's going to be a two-truck fight for the most part going into the finale next week. Jordan Stout, he's going to have a 19-point advantage over Nick Lopez in the number 32. So Nick Lopez is going to have a shot, but not a great shot. Carabos in third, minus 27. William Ayers, unfortunately, with having that slow pit stop, is going to drop back to fourth, minus 32. Mendoza, following a lap down, is going to drop back to 5th, minus 39. And then for Eli Bright, he's going to be in 6th, minus 52. In theory, it's about, I believe, 34 points, so the top 4 have a shot. But with Ayers being minus 32 and Rose being minus 27, it's going to be tough for those two, especially. So it's probably going to come down to Jordan Stout, the veteran, in his second Truck Series season, versus the rookie of Nick Lopez going into Atlanta. What's your final thoughts here at Martinsville? What's your final thoughts throughout this entire season of the Powerade Truck Series, with you being in the booth for 8 out of the 19 races up to this point?
Can I just say, 8 out of the 19 races, that might be a little too many, but it's always been a pleasure to be up here in the booth, and what a great season that it's been. We've seen a very tight points battle going from the regular season into the chase, and even to the end of the season, it's been relatively tight. We've seen incredible finishes, incredible races. We've seen last lap drama. One that sticks in my mind is Matthew Burnett passing Skylar Taylor in the last lap in the last quarter, I believe, at North Wilkesboro. That was a really good finish. But it has been a very jam-packed and action-packed season that we have had, and it's one of the better seasons. If I will go farther to say that it has been my favorite season to commentate here up in the booth, even better than the ARCA series, which, mind you, returns in less than a month's time, so watch out for that. That's going to be very fun.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun with ARCA here very, very soon. More information will be in the Discord next week, right before the finales, but it's going to come down to Nick Lopez and Jordan Stout here for this Truck Series championship. But most likely Jordan Stout will probably win this championship, and if he does, that would be definitely deserving, with having 11 top 5s and 13 top 10s, and having a much better average finish than everyone else. But it's Atlanta, anything can and will happen, and have to see what happens next week. Stay tuned for tomorrow night as we go cup racing here at Martinsville. 125 laps for the Smithfield 500 for their second to last race before the finale. And for Braun Smith, congratulations to Nick Lopez on winning here tonight, and we will see you guys next week for the Truck Series Championship finale at Atlanta. Bye.
Bye.